Okay, guys, welcome back to another Founder Fit training. Thank you for joining me. My name is Scott and I am your head coach. We're going to break through a massive topic today. This is huge because this is the difference between staying in business and not staying in business, scaling your company and getting stuck. The problem is that most founders are simply not executing consistently. And that is why they are getting such inconsistent results or no results or very lumpy results in their business. So first of all, we just need to understand it. And that's what we're going to go through today. There are going to be solutions in here and we are going to go through a step-by-step process that's very simple to install that will get huge results for your business in terms of breaking through the inconsistency, scaling, and producing. Ultimately, what we want to produce is stable, growing income. Okay, that's what we're going to go over today. So, why can't you execute consistently? It's definitely not a discipline problem. So let's go over this. Who is it for? We work specifically with founders that are earning between 5 to 50K per month in their business, and they are stuck at this level, or they fluctuate within this range. They're not breaking through and they're not scaling. So you have the skills. This is the thing. These founders have the skills. It's not a skill issue. It's a psychology issue. It's an execution system issue. And this is what we're going to work on. This is what we're going to deal with today. Okay, so you have the skills. You've already proven that, and that we don't work with startups for that reason. They're not proven. We only work with proven entrepreneurs and proven products because we're not a product-orientated business model. We are going to take you from where you are, where you're stuck, and we're going to double your income within 90 days using an execution system framework. Okay, so you have the skills. The market pays for it, but your execution is inconsistent, which is leading to inconsistent revenue. Okay, so the problem that we're solving here is that some weeks you execute at a high level and you can see that in your income. Other weeks you drop off, you're inconsistent, you dabble, you're stressed out. Ultimately, the whole thing is having a look at your weeks. Why are they inconsistent? And what that is producing. Because if you can solve that issue, then you can get consistent growth in your business and in your income. If you don't solve that issue, you will always have a lumpy, inconsistent business. And if this is you, then you're absolutely in the right place, okay? But the truth is, it's not motivation, it's not discipline, it's none of this stuff. What we need to do is install an execution system. You need to be waking up without emotion attached to whatever you're doing, and you need to attack and complete the high leverage tasks. Okay, how do we do this? So if you're a founder who wants predictable execution, wants predictable income, and wants predictable growth, stay with me. Also, follow and subscribe because I'm doing these trainings now moving forward every single week, okay? So why? Why most entrepreneurs think the reason they can't execute consistently is because they're not motivated. You hear that so much. Again, I come from the fitness industry, and then I turned my fitness industry experience into multiple seven-figure businesses. So I'm not just talking to you like a coach. I have built multiple multi-million-dollar companies. So I am essentially, my goal now is to be able to give back because 50% of entrepreneurs shut down their business within the first year. And then from there, the numbers get worse and worse and worse. Tony Robbins says it's beautifully. Business is the game. The longer you play, the riskier and the harder it gets. So what I'm here to do is help those entrepreneurs that get into the space, that have great skills, but they unfortunately just can't execute. They're not executing properly. It's very similar to the gym industry, right? Everyone wants to lose weight. Everyone wants the body. Everyone wants the muscles. Everyone wants to feel good, look good. And most people know what to do, what not to eat and what to eat, or they at least know what not to eat. They at least know they should be exercising consistently. The challenge is with most people is they just can't do those things. They can't do the simple things. okay? Because they don't have the systems in place to do it. And again, I have been very successful in that industry, getting results for people. And the same rules apply here because I have applied those same rules to my businesses, and I've been able to produce those multiple 7 figures from these simple principles. The hardest part is the execution, and that's where Founder Fit comes in. Okay, so most people are saying things, I wish I was more motivated. I need to do more in my business. I don't feel like doing that today. And they just don't do these things. And that's what's costing them. So the real problem is you're trying to execute without an execution system. It really is that simple. There's such simplicity to this. And like Einstein says, any idiot can complicate things. The game is, and the real genius is to simplify it down to a form where anyone can execute on it and get the required result or the desired result. And that's what we do here at Founder Fit. We don't overcomplicate. We keep things very simple. The power in what we do is in the accountability and the support. That's the major power, because you already know what to do. You're just not doing it. Or maybe you don't know entirely what to do. Maybe you know things or principles, but you don't know when to do them, how to do them. And again, you don't have anyone there holding you accountable. That's what we do. Okay. So the real problem is that we don't have a system for execution. Okay. Humans are not designed to run on motivation. We are absolutely not. We are designed to run on structure, clarity, environment, and repeatable systems. So if you don't have those in your business, you won't last very long in business. When those systems are missing, execution naturally becomes inconsistent, which means you do not have a discipline problem. You have an operating system problem, the way that you operate each and every day. Because again, what is the greatest power within a business? It's compounding. And there is no compounding if there is no consistency. So you're taking away your greatest power if you are unable to execute consistently. It's the same thing with the gym. You can't just lift weights, 2 days a week and expect results. There has to be or do it every day for 4 weeks and expect, long-term results. It doesn't work like that. It's the 80% effort over the long period of time. And that's the beautiful thing. It isn't about being 1,000%, 110% every day, crazy, smashing things out. It's about being a consistent 80 to 90% in your output and execution. And that is going to produce results that you could never dream of. And that is going to be more than enough to achieve your financial, physical goals, etc. And once that system is installed, execution becomes dramatically easier and automatic. Okay? So the 5 problem-solving steps, we want to turn everything into very simple steps. And this is also a really practical sort of, lesson that you can get from today's training. Because again, you don't just want. This is what most people are doing. They're jumping on podcasts, they're jumping on YouTube trainings, they're going through Instagram, and they're just consuming content, which is nice, but it doesn't necessarily give you any practical outcome. So if you were to look at your screen time, the unfortunate thing is that you're spending majority of your time, consuming content, but you're not getting anything from it. And this is the death trap that most people spend their time in on the internet or on social media. Okay, so what we're going to do is extremely practical. So what we need to do today, and commit to this, guys, put your hand up right now and say, I commit to doing these things. If I'm stuck in my business, I'm not getting the results, if I'm sick of this plateau that you're in, or you're in a slow decline, or you're in a massive decline, you need to take action now. So step 1, define your 3 high leverage tasks. Okay, grab a pen and paper. What are those 3 high leverage tasks? Because get this, most founders are overwhelmed because they have 20 priorities. This is so true. I've been there, you've been there, or you are there. 20 priorities. You've got a list, miles long, and it's all these tiny little tasks of updating this and calling this and sending that email and doing this and picking that up. These are not the things that are going to create you a successful business. These are the things that are going to drown you and cost you your potential. Okay? Revenue really only comes from usually roughly 3 tasks. And let's go through them. Examples. And you know this. When you really think about it, you know this. Sales conversions. actually selling your product, lead generation, generating more leads into your business, content creation, which then links to lead generation, and product delivery, getting people to use your products. So execution becomes easier when the day is simple, right? That's what we want to do. That's the whole principle of Founder Fit, is simplicity with maximum results and return, okay? So ask yourself right now, what are the 3 tasks that actually grow my business? Because those become your daily execution targets, okay? So that's what we need to do. Step 2, we need to reduce decision fatigue. We need to remove that. Why? Because this is one of the biggest challenges that people have within their business. They have so many things going on, so many tasks. They get fatigued, then they get stressed, then they do nothing. And I have seen this 1,000 times. So one of the biggest killers of executions is too many decisions. We need to bring that right down. If every day you ask yourself, what should I work on? Where should I start? And what matters most? Your brain burns energy deciding instead of executing. If we remove all of that and we just go straight into the top 3 tasks that get the biggest leverage and outcome in our business, we will see results go through the roof, and then naturally we'll see a compounding effect from that, okay? So what we need to decide in advance is what tasks happen, when they happen, and how they happen. Very simple. Then execution becomes automatic and not emotion. The emotions in your business is what's killing your business. Because from that state, from an emotional state, you will always make the wrong decision. Emotions don't belong in business. They don't, okay? It's as simple as this. Business is a logical game. It is a systems game. It is not an emotional how you feel and what you feel like doing and what you feel would be great today. It has nothing to do with that. The market determines what needs to be done, and you need to act accordingly. All right, step 3, we're going to protect the deep work. This is so important. Focus these days is completely absent. Most people are so distracted by every notification, their 4 or 5, social media apps on their phone, their emails, their Slack, their Instagram, and everything that's buzzing and binging in their pocket all day, every day. We're in an extreme deficit of attention these days, and that attention and that focus is simply, again, it's a key ingredient. If we're baking a cake, it is a key ingredient. If you take that ingredient focus out, that focused energy, that narrow focus to achieve outcomes and produce results, if you take that out, that focus out, you simply will not have a business. You will not have a cake, okay? So we've got to protect the deep work. How are we going to do that? Execution requires uninterrupted focus, but most founders destroy their focus, notifications, messages, emails, and constant context switching, so many tabs in their Safari or in their Chrome, so many things around them, like their phone going off or just things, TVs in the background, whatever it may be, YouTube, Instagram, listening to music, whatever it may be. We need, as entrepreneurs and founders in a highly competitive world, our focus is everything. Without that, nothing else matters, okay? You cannot build momentum if your brain resets every 5 minutes. The Founder Fit rule. We need to create protected execution blocks. I was taught very early on in my career, Olympic hours. So I do everything in Olympic hours, which are 50-minute intervals. So I smash things out in 50. I look at my 3 highest tasks and I smash through those, and I do every 50 minutes. I then just take a quick I just jump up, stretch, move my body, have a drink of water, and then another 50 minutes. And I do 4 or 5 of those a day. And then I don't work 12, 16 hours a day. I have in the past, and sometimes it's required, absolutely. But if you're able to leverage and do focus work and focus on the biggest rocks in your business, and then outsource the other stuff, the low leverage stuff by VAs, whatever it may be, then you are going to achieve so much more from this. I guarantee it. And again, I've done both sides. I've been the distracted, immature entrepreneur doing a million things at once, and I've been the focused, disciplined, entrepreneur that manages time and results, and they're two different worlds. I can do so much more and make so much more money and get so many more results with way less time. I used to pride myself on the 12, 14-hour days. It's not required. What's required is focus and disciplined execution on the high leverage tasks. Okay? So during that time, no notifications, no inbox scrolling, no going through your email or your Slack or your WhatsApp or anything like that. Any of your inboxes, don't be doing any of that. Don't react to notifications, turn them all off. Don't react to people walking in, tell them you'll be with them in 25 minutes or whatever the timer says. No reacting, just execution. Step 4, track output. Obviously, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it, you must track and that's what we do within FounderFit, is that we hold you very accountable to your output, okay? And we're working very closely with you to do that. That's why we have coaches supporting you on your output and holding you accountable to what you say. We don't tell you what you need to do. You tell us what we need to do, but we hold you accountable to what you need to do. And that right there is 80% of the game. So most founders measure effort. Many founders measure effort. They say, I worked all day, but effort doesn't equal progress, okay? This is the key. Like I said before, I used to work 14-hour days. It doesn't matter. It's not what matters, okay? Execution must be measured by outputs. Examples, how many sales calls completed? How many leads generated? How many sales closed or not closed? How much content produced that day? How many proposals sent? What are the high leverage tasks that move the business forward? Okay. Tracking output creates a scoreboard. A scoreboard drives behavior. All right. These are the systems we're talking about. We do not want to be, I feel like I've done a lot of work today. It's got nothing to do with how you feel. Okay. I feel exhausted. I've had a long day. It's irrelevant to the marketplace. What we want to know is your output for that day. Okay. Step 5, design your environment for execution. Your environment either supports execution or destroys it. If your workplace is full of distractions, your brain will always drift. Of course it will. Excuse me. Of course it will, right? Of course, if there's a distraction there, if something's, yummy to eat or fun to do or funny or exciting or whatever, your brain naturally will go there. It's not your fault. It's how humans are designed. We need to remove those distractions. Again, if you're trying to lose weight and your cupboard is full of, hyper, yummy, sugar orientated food, of course, doesn't matter how disciplined you are, like you will go to it. Like we're all human. We'll think about it. We'll want it. We'll crave it. But if it's not there, it's not there. It's not an option. So we need to set ourselves up for success by removing and designing our environment for execution. Okay. Don't design it to fail. If you want to lose weight, don't put lollies in the cupboard. All right. It's the same thing in business. If you want to execute, don't put the dopamine around you. Remove your phone from the scenario if that's a problem for you. If you find yourself picking it up every, 17 minutes, which again, statistically, that's what people do, then remove your phone from the equation. Okay. So examples of this: clean workspace, clean task list, phone out of reach, browser tabs closed, only the critical tabs there. And work blocked, scheduled. Have your calendar blocked out for when you're doing things. Because when the environment supports focus, execution becomes natural. It just becomes what you do. When everything is set up, you just fall into it, right? It just becomes what you do. Again, if you set yourself up, you've got your gym clothes, you've got your gym membership, you've got the class booked or your PT booked or whatever it is, you've got everything, your water bottles ready to go, your towels ready to go, then it's kind of easy, okay? It's all on the bench, cool, shoes on, bookings ready, walk down the street, drive, go, whatever. It's so much easier than, I don't have my shoes ready. Should I book in? Which gym should I go to? Whatever. Like, all those decisions need to be made so you can just flow into the task that needs to be done. All right. This stuff is so crucial. And I know this is a quick training and it sounds, all sounds good, but if you can do this, your business is going to catapult and it's going to give you the most unbelievable competitive advantage because very few people do this. Hence why the stats on successful businesses are so lousy. Okay. So here's a mini challenge for you guys. And if you are, look, if you're committed, if you're stuck and you are committed to breaking through, this is the answer. I've done this for so many people. This works. So here's your challenge, okay? For the next 48 hours, do this. Identify your 3 highest leverage business tasks, okay? You're going to schedule 2 60-minute execution blocks. You're going to turn off all your notifications on your phone, and you are going to execute only on those 3 tasks, okay? You're then going to track your output at the end of each day. And at the end of the 48 hours, ask yourself, have a look, did execution feel easier when the system was clear? Because the entire Founder Fit philosophy is execution improves when the systems improve, okay? So we don't guess. There's no guesswork within Founder Fit. If your execution is the chokehold on your business, then we're not going to start, trying to motivate you. We're simply going to put in systems which naturally get a result, and then we're going to track whether you follow those systems or not. We're going to see very clearly why or why not you're getting the result. It's all very predictable. The challenge is that we're so emotional about things, is that we can't see clearly enough, okay? And that's why coaches are important. All right, quick reminder. Guys, if this is helpful, we're going to be doing this every single week. So like this video, but more importantly, subscribe to us and turn that notification on. That's the only one you can have, okay? For more Founder Fit training, because guys, if you're stuck, we will fix that. We guarantee it. Our 90-day program guarantees we'll double your income in 90 days. But if you're not ready for that yet, this will 100% get you started and on the right path, okay? Then do this. Comment below. My 3 high leverage tasks are, okay? 1, 2, 3. Jot them down. And if you want to continue installing the Founder Fit operating system, watch the next training that we'll be putting on next week. And we're going to be doing it on why founders get stuck, the specific reasons they're stuck between that 10 and 50K, and how to break through, okay? So remember, you don't need more motivation. You need better execution systems. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.